welcome to my first video on this channel. In this video I will give you a preview about my first own game I'm going to publish this year. I started this project of mine about 1.5 years ago without any experience in coding whatsoever. I always had this dream of creating my own video game and I just thought of myself, why not just try it? So now let's go straight to the point. In this video I will give you an insight about these topics. What is my game about? Platformer levels and the types of enemies you will face. Bosses. The skills and stat upgrades. Music and sound effects. The release date. And what have I planned until the release. Let's have a closer look at the first topic. What is my game about? My game is a 2D boss rush game, which will take place in 4 different worlds. You may already know about 2D boss rush games or played some, for example Cuphead or Hollow Knight. In these worlds you will take on platformer levels and different boss fights. Which takes us to the second topic, the platformer levels and the different types of enemies you will face. There will be a total of 16 platformer levels. 6 of them are levels with rising poison or sand, where you will have to rush as fast as you can to the top before it catches up to you. In the other 12 platformer levels, you just have to survive by going from left to the right. As you saw in the intro, there are over 70 different enemies in the game. By release, it will have a bit more than 100. We can categorize them in 4 different types. Let's have a look at them. The first one is the most common in 2D games. It's the patrolling enemy. Here are some examples of patrolling enemies in my game. These enemies just move from one place to another, and if you collide with them, you will get damaged. The second enemy type is the melee enemy. These enemies patrol their spot just like the patrolling enemy, but if you get close to them, they will hit you with their custom attack. The third type is the range enemy. They are nearly the same as the melee enemies. They will just try to hit you with their custom range attack over certain range. And the last enemy type are the flying enemies. These enemies are flying and will chase you down in the air. These enemies can be troublesome because they are harder to hit. Now we have seen the different types of enemies, so let's take a look now at the different boss fights. By release, the game will have 17 or 18 different bosses. All of these boss fights have custom drawn attacks and some of them even have a second phase. All of these bosses have at least 4 different attacks. As you progress and the game gets harder, so do the bosses, and they have more and more attacks the further you progress. What would be a game without buying upgrades and getting stronger? This takes us to the skills and stat upgrades. In the first world there's a place called the camp. At the camp you will find the blacksmith and the merchant. At the blacksmith you can unlock the 3 different skills with the Xeno ingot bars. These ingot bars can be found in loot chests, and these loot chests are spread over all the platformer levels. By the merchant you can upgrade your character's stats with the Xeno coins. These Xeno coins can be found in the platformer levels, and you also get them as a reward after defeating a boss. What's also an important part for any game is the music and sound effects. For my game, all music and sound effects for all platformer levels, enemies, the character and the bosses has already been added to the game. Until the release I will probably update some of them. We are nearly at the end of this video, and as I already mentioned, the release date will be this year and I already got an exact date. My game will be released on the 9th September and will be published on Steam for PC. Now for the end of the summary, I will tell you what is still in plan to do until the release. I will create the 4th and last world of the game, which will include 4 to 5 new bosses and 4 new platformer levels. There will also be a third and new shop at the camp, where you can upgrade your skills. For example, your skills will have less cooldown, longer duration, etc. And of course, at last, I will create the official game trailer. And that's it for now. I also want to mention that on this channel I will make every 2 or 3 weeks an update video about my progress, and here we also drop the official trailer. So if you want to be up to date, you can subscribe for free and you will never miss anything. Also let me know in the comments what you think about the game and what I maybe could add to the game until its release. Every support would mean the world to me, and I thank you so much for your time, and I hope I will see you again next time. Have a good one. Bye!